What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy DJ. I'm back. Talk a little bit more about the Fiido L3 and share the mods that I've done to it. You probably can't see my face, that's okay. Probably hear my voice, that's good enough. And show you guys why I ride the way I ride, okay? Again, this little bike here is the bike that I had been originally planned on getting back in 2019. I think that's when I was introduced to it, or 2018 is probably, or 2019 is when I first saw it, but it was the L2 version. Now, the Fiido L2 is really a very cool bike. They discontinued it, I don't know why, but what was cool about the Fiido L2 was it had front and rear suspension, which is really cool, okay? And it pretty much had the same size battery. I think the battery was a 20 amp hour battery, where this one's a 23.3 or something like that. Anyway, then came the Fiido L3. They made the battery a little bit bigger. They added about 3.5 amp hours, something like that. And then they also got rid of the suspension that they were using on the L2. And they went to a solid frame bike, no suspension. And what they added was seat post with suspension in the seat post. Bam. Okay. Well, anyway, guys, I gave you guys a preview of what I was going to do to it as far as the luggage and everything. As far as what I was going to do to the Fiido, and I got it accomplished successfully, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduced to you the Fiido L3 with a GV luggage box on the rear. Yes, sir. And that's what's really cool about what I'm doing here. Now, guys, I may look like a nut, and that's okay. It won't be the first time. But when I ride this bike, I'm trying to be seen. And this is one thing I'm a big advocate of, and that's trying to be seen when you're riding your PEVs and your scooters and stuff like that. I love doing it, but you gotta be safe. If they don't see you, it's very likely that you may be in an accident. So what I did is, I either will wear the reflective vest, that's the color of this safety hat right there. I'll wear that, or I'll have some serious lighting going on in the rear. Over the top lighting. If you go back and look at my other videos that I've done on my Swagtron EV5 Pro Plus bike, you will see what I'm talking about. Let me tell you something. Those lights keep me alive. First of all, Jesus Christ keeps me alive. But I do my part by trying to be as visible as possible. I'd like to encourage many of you guys out there to go out of the way, be creative, think of ways to be seen so that you're not plowed down by a car. Now, we know it can happen anyway, okay? But when you go over the top like me, this is something I got at the dollar store, Dollar General, whatever else. I went in there, I saw some hats, big bright orange hats. I was like, oh, you know what? That might be kind of cool to put. Actually, I was going to wear it, but I said, I always have helmets on. I said, that might be kind of cool to put on the back of my bike or use it in some way as a safety device. So what I decided to do was put it on the back of my luggage box here. Yes, and it's awesome. You cannot miss me because this hat here also has a reflective band around it, so it reflects at nighttime. And that's just a Gorilla Tape holding it down to my luggage box, which is quite cool, I think. I think it's absolutely brilliant. And that will help keep me alive. Also, guys, I want to show you guys how awesome this luggage box dealio is. Oh, I got the wrong set of keys. Hang on a second, guys. Let me get the proper keys. Oh, okay, I got the right keys here. Here we go. Gotta get the right keys for the job, okay? Here we go. Proper keys. Okay, so this is my GV luggage box, which you can get off of eBay or motorcycle shops, whatever else. I went the full route. And what I mean by that is, as far as I mounted it, the plate and everything to the frame. So this thing is completely removable. Check it out. Here's my key. It's a big box, as you all can see. Push the button. Hang on a second. There we go. Look at that, guys. Is that not awesome? Isn't that awesome? And I have a, I can take the box with me or whatever else. There you go. Very handy. And when you don't want to ride around with the box, you can just leave the plate on there. Well, it's permanently mounted, as you can see. But you can still utilize that You can strap some things down to the back of the plate, whatever else. And it actually looks rather cool like that. Or if you got little kids, you can let the little kids stand on the back of the bike. Give them a nice slow ride if you have children or whatever else. And if you have really small kids that are really lightweight, you don't want to go over the weight limit on the bike. I think it's like 265, something like that. But you can you can even sit on the back of this thing. It can be a seat. It's that sturdy, which is kind of cool. Neat. Interesting, right? Yeah, that's what I really like about this bike. Is the sturdy rack that's built into what? The frame. That's right, that's right. And again, guys, one of the biggest upgrades I think anybody can do for this bike is to do what I mentioned, especially if you're taller like me. Okay? Let me get that Fiido seat post again real quick. If I can find it, I forgot where I put it. Hang on, guys, hang on. Hang on. Okay, I don't see it. I forgot where I put it. I wanted to show you guys something about that Fiido seat post. Hang on a second, maybe back here. Let me see if I set it back here. Hang on, I got it. I got it. I want to show you guys some things about the seat post here. Hang on a second, and the seat. Okay. Okay. I'm back, guys. Okay. Make sure this thing is even recording. Yeah, it's recording. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the seat. The Fiido seat, which is actually a nice seat. I like the seat. It just, I don't like it on this dropper seat post thing. I don't feel that it's comfortable. It doesn't feel good on my butt because, like I said, it's quite notchy. Okay. I watched the video that I did, and I think that I didn't really emphasize how much better it is to have the solid seat post as opposed to having this dropper or semi-hydraulic, whatever you want to call it, seat post. The good thing is the seat is removable, and it's just a basic seat. As you can see the bottom of the seat, it's a well-built seat. And I took a ride with it yesterday with this seat on that seat post. It did better. It didn't bother me as much. It wasn't bad at all. It was actually quite comfortable because you got the suspension in the seat. And this seat here is actually better built than that seat. But this seat here is more comfortable because it's wider, especially if you're going to use this bike as more of a moped style of bike. But this seat here is quite usable. Okay, guys. So again, all this right here, from this this Fiido seat post right here, all this right here, that right there is seat height that you lose because of the bobbing, the suspension designed into the seat post. So actually, your ride, and then you got to realize that this is your minimum insertion right here. You have to have it in at least that deep. So you basically got this much, technically, you got like that much seat post to deal with, okay? Look at that, guys, it's nothing. If you look at it, all right, forget this right here. This takes away because that bounces up down. Your seat post, this is the full length of your seat post, and that's your minimum insertion. So you go down, whoop, you got a handspan width to deal with. Check this out now. The Swagtron EB5 Pro Plus seat post. Even at minimum insertion, which is here, look at all that seat post you have to deal with, guys. You have all that left, which is more than, it's quite a bit of room of length to deal with. And it even has numbers on the seat post, okay? So, especially you guys that are tall, I guarantee you'll like this better, guys. And I'm saying this because I ride a lot. I ride bikes a lot. And that thing, doing this thing is not a high quality one too. Maybe the higher quality seat posts do well. That one, not so much. But anyway, guys, look at that distance. Look at the difference. And remember, get rid of all this stuff right here and just look at the post. Okay, look at that, guys. That's a lot of damn. You can't even count that. So you can see where you will really benefit from trying to hunt down the seat post. Okay, here's another alternative you guys can do too. If you go online, I've done this in the past, like overseas, and maybe even some BMX shops, you can order seat posts, extra long seat posts for bikes. I've ordered one before for my moped, so I know it can be done. So I think the diameter is 34 millimeter on the seat post. You might want to go to a bike shop and have them with a micrometer give you a perfect, proper reading so that you can order a longer seat post, but you can order these seat posts online. Not saying you can order this one online, but you can order longer seat posts. That seat post that comes with the Fiido L3, in my opinion, is too short for taller riders. If you're a pipsqueak, that's a joke, guys. Chill out. If you're shorter, this is fine for you. If you don't mind dealing with that hydraulic crap, I can't deal with it. It just was irritating to me. I think the suspension, my bad. I think that the suspension that you get in this seat, is fine. Okay, the suspension in the seat is fine without that extra seat post bobbing. Keep the seat. Get a longer seat post if you can't hunt down the Swagtron seat post. Okay, so I'm gonna put that back in there. That's probably one of the best upgrades you can do if you're a taller rider, and if you're a guy that's going to use this bike a lot. I highly recommend getting rid of that bobber seat post, that suspension seat post, and getting a solid one. It just feels better when you ride it. Okay, we put this back in there. I've got where I had it. But anyway, okay, there you go. Also, guys, do this too. This is a rear view mirror that I use for the bike. It's a cheapy mirror, really, but let me show you guys how awesome it is. Even though it's cheap, it can save your life. Check this out. All right. It has this basic little Velcro band that you can just wrap around the seat post. I really like to use a higher quality one, but I kind of like these grips. You know, I kind of want to leave that stuff stock. So I decided to just go with this little cheap mirror. And that really will help keep you alive. No joke. No jokes when it comes down to staying alive out there on the road. So you can get that, I think that's made by Schwinn too, but you can get that on eBay. Very cheap, maybe $10, but it's worth it. I think it's a pack of 2. You guys get that in. But anyway, I have it like that. And also with the box that I have 2 of these boxes. I have a smaller one, looks just like that, but it's completely black and it's smaller. I'll be using that one too. But I'm trying to, I forgot the point I was going to, the point is, I can't open that seat box with the seat on it. So you have to take it off to be able to open it, or take the seat off to be able to open the luggage box. Okay? What else did I do? I did like about 18 to 20 miles on this yesterday. Did real good. It was a blast. Also this too, guys, because a lot of these devices, these electronic devices, they don't do really good in the manual explaining things. This bike has cruise control, guys, okay? I saw a guy, it's a YouTube video up, and the guy, he's holding his wheel up and his Fiido's just spinning. More than likely, he engaged the cruise control and didn't know it. So I don't fault that. I do fault Fiido for not explaining that very well in the instruction manual, because I don't believe I saw anywhere in the manual that this bike has cruise control, but it does, okay? I haven't quite figured out how to use it properly, but it has cruise control, okay? But when you ride it and you got the throttle on, you hold it so long, and I don't know how long it is, it will kick in at whatever speed you're going. Like I was cruising around with it the other day with like 9 miles an hour, and it was really nice. It's nice to be able to do that. So it's a very useful function, this cruise control. I just don't like how most of these e-bikes and e-scooters have it to where, you hold your throttle down for so long and then it just kicks in. Why can't they just make it like a car? You go a certain speed and push the button, it locks in. And hit your brakes, it unlocks the cruise control. I don't know, guys. It would be so much simpler. But this bike does have cruise control. I haven't figured out exactly how long you gotta hold the throttle, or how to keep it engaged, whatever. But that video that guy did, he showed his back wheel spinning, more than likely, he didn't realize that this bike had cruise control. And he probably held the throttle down for a certain amount of time and he kicked in. Okay, what else? I think this bike looks fly with this big booty seat on it. Again, this seat is made by Schwinn. You can get this seat here at Walmart, okay? You can get the seat at Walmart. I think you would even be better off to get this seat and put on that dropper seat post rather than the smaller seat. That's up to you. As for me, I'm going to stick with the solid seat post. I don't want a suspension seat post. At least not the one that came with that. I would have to see how a true high quality seat post would do. Maybe I would get that one day. I don't know. Okay, what else can I say? I like it. I like it a lot. I like the fenders. I like how the battery is. What do you guys think about this little key thing I have rigged up there? I think it's a good idea because, like I said, again, I got this key tied into the frame, permanently attached to the frame. That way I don't lose the key. As I mentioned in the other day, in the other video, most people don't want to stick their car keys and have them dangling around like that. So I just made it a permanent fixture on the bike. Okay, guys, what else? This is just a video chat talking about the Fiido L3. I think it's awesome, awesome, awesome. And like I said, the biggest thing I like about it is this. What really sold me on this bike is the integrated bike rack. Okay. Also, guys, what I do too, when I ride my bikes, I'm gonna do a 25 or 30 mile ride. I didn't do it yesterday, but I should have. I normally pack with my air compressor, new inner tubes, new tire rods. That way I can change the tire if I get a flat, and have all my tools. That's one of the main things you'll want to have on you if you're an avid rider like me, because you'll get a flat anytime, anywhere, and I don't care if you have slime in your tubes. So I would highly encourage anybody out there, have a tire pump, whether it's an electric pump or a hand pump. Have a pump on you, have spare tubes on you. You will need spare tubes. And you can't get the tubes at Walmart because they're size 14. So order your tubes from Swagtron. You can get 14-inch tubes, or you go online somewhere, I'm sure you can find them, but they're there because I've bought them. I'm going to be, keeping a supply of 14-inch tubes. That way, if I'm out in the middle of nowhere, I can change the tire. Okay? Big plus about this bike is its micro mobility, I think, at its best. Being small, say you were out somewhere and you got hurt and you couldn't walk properly and you had your bike or whatever may happen to you. If you need to throw this in somebody's car, they may want to help you out. They may only be in the car. Well, this bike will fit the car. You can take the seat post completely out. You can even take the battery out to lighten it up, fold it together, whatever you want to do. Fold the bike in half and pretty much get it in the back of any trunk, probably. That's a big plus. Okay, big plus to this bike. What else? Yeah, I love the color. I think the color is very regal on this bike. It gives it a high quality look and feel. But I really love the rear rack on this bike. Like I said, my whole plan from the get-go was to get this bike and install motorcycle luggage on the back of that bike. I'm 200 pounds. I think the weight limit on this bike is like 265, 270. So I pretty much can pack whatever I can fit in that box on this bike. That's nice to know. It's nice to know that you can do that. Because on my other bike, as you guys saw the other day, my Swagtron bike, it's got the bike rack on it. It's not integrated into the frame, so I'm limited on how much weight I can put on that rack. Here, you feel real secure about it. Okay, I think that's about all I had to say. I just want to share this huge deal of putting this wonderful luggage box here on the back of my Fiido L3. There you go. Gotta get the key to lock it in, guys, here. And now I think it's going to lock. I haven't done this in a bit. Oh, there it is. I just gotta push it down. My bad. Just had to push it down. It's locked in there. And again, I can't open it up because the seat will hit the seat. I have to take it off. There you go, guys. If you want to do this modification, look into GB Luggage. It's just this is one of the most inexpensive boxes. It's one of the smaller ones that they have. They do have one that looks almost just like that, a little bit smaller. If you get that, you'll be able to, you can do what I did. You order that, it probably costs you about 115 to 125 bucks for this luggage box. And I believe you actually get the mounting plate and everything. And there you go. You can use this bike as a true car replacement vehicle. All right, guys, I'm going to end it. I've been flapping my mouth for 19 minutes. Later.